So you're thinking about moving to St. George, but you're from a big city, whether you're from Salt Lake City or New York City.
What?
Nothing. You stick out like a sore thumb around here.
Oh, yeah, you blend.
Or Chicago or Los Angeles or any, big city. You may be wondering, I'm going to be moving to a small town. Can I handle it? Because obviously there's a lot of things that are kind of gross about cities, and it's probably one of the reasons you're moving here. But there are advantages to living in a city. So we're going to ask that question. Can city slickers get used to life in St. George, Utah?
So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I'm Sean Dezad.
And I'm Courtney Dezad, and we're with Keller Williams Realty right here in St. George, Utah. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about moving to St. George, Utah and living here, especially as someone who's not from here, press on the subscribe button and then press on the bell so that you're notified every time we upload a new video, because we upload new videos every week, twice a week. So yes, do it.
And if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking, oh, wow, Sean, I love St. George. I love the red rocks. I just love the year-round weather. I just can't wait to move out there now, but I'm not there. I don't know anything about it. And I totally get that. That's why you want to reach out to us, because we can be your eyes and ears on the ground. So what you want to do is you want to give us a call, choose a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back. Okay, so before we talk about this, let's emphasize, some of the things that you get when you get out of the big city life. You get out of the rat race when you come here to St. George. So one of the things that you get when you live here is very, limited traffic, right?
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't even call when it's sometimes busy as traffic.
Well, unless you're talking to a local that's been here,
Yeah.
now then the traffic is horrifically bad.
That's
But
true.
if you're coming from any of these bigger populations, you're like, this is
nothing.
a dream. Like, honestly, we always joke about it. And if you're in St. George or Washington or pretty much Ivans for that matter, like everything's about, or Santa Clara, like everything's about 15 minutes from one point A to point B, wherever you are.
No matter where you are.
Yeah, so it's very convenient. I haven't felt the traffic, but again,
Yeah.
I'm not from here originally. I'm from a place that is pretty populated, and the traffic here is honestly a dream.
So another thing that you get here is you just get, this phenomenal natural beauty. You get this sense of space, right? I mean, there's so many places around here. You just see these beautiful fields, beautiful red rocks. It expands, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not a concrete jungle, right? We're not dealing with tons of high rises or anything like that.
Any high rises.
There's mid rises here.
Yeah.
But but it's like you can definitely still see the landscape through all this very, very easily. Whereas obviously you're coming from a metropolitan area, it's much, much harder.
Yeah, and I would definitely say, people are much friendlier here. People have time to talk to you. You really just have time to breathe.
Yeah,
right?
there's that neighborly, feel here for sure.
Yeah, it's not like the rat race that you get. It's just like such a rat race in, so many big cities, right? And people just get tired of that and the dirtiness of cities.
Well, and you have your blinders on. I mean, and again,
yeah.
we kind of we had to find ourselves kind of breaking free of that kind of whole situation too, where you're just kind of used to, okay, I don't see anything outside of like tunnel vision, right? I'm like looking right straight ahead.
Yeah.
But here you can actually just kind of take in what's around you and actually talk to people and
or like talk to your neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, we're friends with our neighbors, which has never happened to us before, because in big cities people just go like this, like they're like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, and I can't say that it's indictment on anyone else as much as on us as far as that goes. So this is a two-way street for sure, but just people here are very neighborly, very friendly.
For sure. Okay, but it's not all bad living in a big city. And if you do live in a big city, you may be wondering, like, am I going to be able to handle, let's talk about point number one, like in a big city, you get great shopping. So Sean is the shopper. He loves shopping. Loves shopping. So how have you been handling it here? Like, how is have you been able to feed your addiction?
I just been rolled up in a fetal position, just waiting for other stores to open. No, I mean, obviously, we are more, again, we don't have all the options like a big city has. We have a lot of options, though. It's not like, we're totally restricted, but we don't have them all. And fortunately, these days, it's not as bad as it used to be way back before, like, e-commerce was taking place, where you certainly can supplement that with lots of online options. A lot of people do that anyway. So we do have those options. But again, it would be nicer to have like your Macy's, your Nordstrom's, like your Sam's Clubs, like your just other stores here, like, or like, let's say if you're interested in luxury goods, not nearly as much options. Now, of course, you know, if you have that itch that you need to scratch, Vegas has that, like plenty of those options for sure. So then that's like, you know, an hour and a half or so away to get to some like amazing shopping, some of the best shopping literally in the world. But here, again, data life, totally cool. But like you just other things, like obviously, you know, like there's no Whole Foods here. But then we have like, you know, some stores that kind of pick up the slack, right? Like, so we have like Harmon's, we have Lynn's, we have Natural Grocers. We obviously have some of these other stores that can kind of do what Whole Foods does, but again, it's not Whole Foods itself.
Okay, so then let's talk about, you know, one of the nice things about living in a city is you get, you know, these world-class restaurants here. And while I would say, you know, you definitely, it's not like the food here is terrible or anything like that. We don't have, you know, Michelin star world-class restaurants or anything like that. And Sean and I are huge foodies, like huge. But actually, I would say that I've been able to be fine with it because I do think that while we don't have any Michelin star restaurants, there's a lot of like small farmers around here where you can get like really high quality foods. So I haven't been missing it as much as I thought I would. And then just because Sean and I, we like to, you know, head out to Vegas if we're ever getting that itch for really good food. So it's like, I honestly, like even as someone who considers myself a huge foodie, like I love eating. I love anytime I go anywhere, like the reason I'm going is for the food, right? I mean, that's my reason to travel. So I don't feel like I miss that here. So
no, and honestly, like how often are we going to like? So it's a special occasion to go to
of course.
One of those fine dining establishments. So it's like, okay, well, if it's a special occasion,
Just
make it make it a little bit more special. Make it a little trip out of it, basically, like a little day trip or a weekend trip out of it. So it's not that big of a deal. Now, as far as the restaurants here, like you were mentioning, it's like it's terrible, but it's like, again, it's fine.
It's limited.
It's fine. I mean, there's some variety, but not, again, and it makes sense. It's just not the sheer variety that you have, in obviously a bigger city.
So another thing about a big city is that, it has a lot of entertainment options, right? And I would say I haven't missed that at all because what you get here in exchange is you just have this amazing outdoor lifestyle. Like you are entertained by being outdoors.
Yeah. So like for a big city, right? We think about entertainment. You have sports entertainment, so like, whether you have professional sports teams or whatever. And then which we don't have here.
Yeah.
So let's just
the Raiders.
Yeah, exactly. And actually in a weird way.
There's a lot of Raiders fans here.
Yeah. And honestly, so to get to the stadium is about
2 hours.
Like a little less than 2 hours actually. But so it's not that far. And actually, if you think of any of these big metropolitan areas that have these sports teams, it's not like it's going to take you it's that much shorter to get to that stadium anyway. So, so we have, we have sports teams kind of, so we do have a bit of that.
Yeah.
As far as entertainment options, as far as let's say theater stuff. Okay, we don't have Broadway, but we actually have a very strong theater presence here, as a matter of fact. So it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, we have the Tuacahn Theater. Tuacahn. Yeah, I always say it wrong. But a lot of, very talented people who have worked on Broadway are at those shows.
Made their way through here.
Yes, And, there's actually quite a large theater community here. So, I mean, obviously, it's not
we're here. We're catching them on the rise up, right?
Yes.
The work in progress.
Yeah.
So they're not their final form.
Yeah.
But still, we get to kind of see that some of this talent coming through the ranks. So it's pretty cool. So again, you don't think of St. George as this hotbed for theater stuff, but we do actually have a pretty vibrant theater scene.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say day to day or weekend to weekend, I would say, because obviously people entertain themselves on the weekend, right? You are entertaining yourself by doing stuff outside, right?
Yes.
There's so many sports are involved for every age group, whether you are a little kid to a senior. I mean, there's a huge...
We have the senior games here.
Yeah, we have the World Senior Games here. There's a huge active senior community here. I mean, pickleball is huge here.
Golf,
obviously.
And trails, we have
trails
all over the place.
Obviously, the national parks around here
the
are
hiking, climbing.
Phenomenal. Yeah. So in terms of entertainment, there's very few places in the world that offers the outdoor entertainment that we have.
Yeah, this is more active entertainment rather than the passive sit down, entertain me entertainment. So again, we do have some of that, but obviously St. George is about activity, getting out there and having fun with it.
Yeah. So then another, probably the biggest reason why people tolerate cities, right? They tolerate the rat race is the job opportunities in big cities.
Both from employer and employee as
Yeah.
well. So it's actually on both sides.
So let's talk about, I mean, obviously when you come here to St. George, it doesn't have that diversity of jobs that you would find in like New York City or Chicago or Los Angeles or any big city, you know, around the country or world. Like that's impossible.
Yes. We're not like a port city. We're not like, you know, so we don't have,
Yeah.
so it's just one of those things where we have, you know, we don't have like all the industries represented here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
just, you know, like, but we do have universities here. So we do have colleges, universities and stuff like that. So we do have, which is a great foundation. And then we have like a fantastic hospital here.
Yes.
And so like, you know, in around like, yeah, so like it's a fantastic hospital where that's also a nice employment hub.
Mhm.
And then you also have just like the regional airport. We have some stuff going on from the aerospace perspective. So we do have a decent amount of job, you know, like opportunities in general. But what really helps us, like, you know, solidify all this is the fact that of this new phenomenon of remote working where people can actually work anywhere they want to in the world. And they go, well, I love St. George so much. Why would I want to leave here? And if I can just, you know, work remote, I'll be here.
Yeah. And then it's not like the jobs definitely are growing here, right? Because obviously we do have Utah Tech and it is growing. And whenever you have a big university, you know, then you have the innovation and the new talent comes with it,
For
right?
sure.
So it's just a process, right? I mean, St. George is definitely not one of those small towns where there's like no opportunity or anything like that. But yeah, in terms of like, is it the same as a big city in terms of job opportunity? Like, no.
Yeah.
And then another reason people like big cities is because of the medical care that you can get at big cities. And that is something that St. George offers in spades, right? Intermountain Healthcare, our hospital here has been on so many different, you know, ranking lists in terms of best hospitals in even the entire country. So, yeah.
It's kind of amazing to see, like, as you drive by,
Mm-hmm.
you do not think that, like, again, it's such an impressive,
Yeah.
like, you know, like hospital as far as like just the size of it. I can't believe that services a population of about 200,000 people. It's just because it looks like it should be placed in a big city. So it's kind of seems almost out of place, which is fantastic for us, obviously, to enjoy that level. And again, it's not just skin deep there. Like, you're actually getting, you know, there's really good doctors like in here. And actually, you know, we know a really good friend that he had an incident, you know, like a heart incident where he needed to be transported to this hospital. And his specialist back in California, which is like one of these renowned specialists, he looked through the records and he's like, this is perfect. This is what I would have done myself.
So that's it. That's our video.
And remember, we are licensed realtors in the state of Utah. So as much as we do love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So that whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is you want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email.
Or you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. However you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back.